Yeah. So, what do you think about this idea that like a lot of the wealthy people today are wealthy because they market products to common people, and like basically we choose to buy them. A lot of times they monopolize the industry, so like we don't have any other options. But the money a lot of times comes from normal people, uh,
Oh
consenting to
God.
buy them. What?
Duh. Oh,
It's
you mean the
called
rich people are selling us stuff? Oh, what a surprise! And they make money by selling us stuff. Oh, yeah, it's a miracle.
called the
No,
free
you don't have to be
market
the money.
system.
They're lending us. Well, I'll just kick you out for that. Free market. Fuck you. Get the hell out of here, jackass. That was fun. I hate that guy anyway. He never has anything rational to say. It's called the free market system. It's called monarchy. You mean, you dumb fucking moron? Oh God, when truck drivers are this fucking stupid, they really should just oh God, just drive his truck into a brick wall or the Great Lakes or something. Give him a map to the Great Lakes and see if he can drive his fucking truck into that. Um, let's see, where was I? Yeah, well, I mean, it's no conspiracy. I mean, the rich, this is, they lend us the money so we can buy stuff we can't afford, and we can pay 3 times as much as it's worth, and they'll pay a Chinaman to make it. I mean, yeah, we all know the game, and we're all caught in it. It's the ownership game. When there's owners and there's the other people, that means there's owners, that means the other people are renters. That's monarchy, okay? The rich people own the shit, the poor people rent the shit. That's how it works. Then they make money twice.
Yeah, I was just curious, like, if you think it's a better strategy to try to get people to vote for this, tax inheritance and tax the rich and all that shit, or maybe it would be a different approach to try to get them to like make corporate boycotts and
That can't work. It can't work. It's just impossible. What, I'm going to pay more money, to boycott a corporation? Fuck that. I only have so much money. So that means I only have half the stuff. I got to pay twice as much for my stuff to do boycotting stuff. Then I'm half as rich. So I make myself twice as poor to fight a cause I can't win anyway because the rest of the people aren't going to do it anyway. That's not, everybody's going to cheat. So you're just a waste of your time. I mean, you fix the
The
system. You don't
mod
try to
pawn
find
shop
some
should
rig.
all be subsidized.
Well, that's bullshit there too. Fuck that. A lot of mom and pop shops are created by like what's his fuck
That could help even out the prices, though.
bullshit. They're highly inefficient. I mean, small business is not the way to go. I love mass production. I like big business. I
Yeah.
just hate the fact that people own it. Ownership is the problem. I mean, in this town, these little local businesses rip you a new asshole. I mean, you pay 3 times as much for shit just because they're only 5 minutes away. I mean, it's disgusting. And they all live in $1 million houses. So fuck them too.
Well, see, that's inflation because of the neighborhood they exist in.
Well,
It's
I'm just
because
saying.
your
I'm just
neighbors
not a
are
big
rich.
fan. I'm not a big fan of owners. Period. Okay, fuck owners. People making money owning. I want people to make money working, not owning.
Yeah, but communism doesn't work.
wait, wait,
Well,
wait.
it's not communism, asshole. So fuck you. And how do you know communism doesn't work? Where's a pure communist experiment ever been conducted? Oh, that's right, nowhere.
The very beginning of the Russian Revolution started out as communism, but
Yeah,
quickly
well,
failed.
yeah, and it was a revolution. So obviously, the beginning of the French Revolution might have been called communism too, but it was right after a revolution. So of course everything's chaos. So how can you measure it? And then it got corrupted in about 6 years, and once it's corrupted, it's fucked.
China's got a pretty tight knit grid.
Oh please, China? China's not even. China's got fucking billionaires. What the fuck are you talking
They
about?
got a billion people, and they still happen to be one country. I mean, that's pretty solid
That's not.
state.
If that's the definition of communism, then I guess we're gonna have to fuck a few dictionaries. We're gonna have to do a lot of crossing out of words and redefining
Well,
them.
I consider communism the strict enforcement of progress.
Well, whatever. That's kind of a silly definition. I mean,
No, you know what I mean.
I consider it the public ownership of the means of production. That's, so let's talk about those two, and let's call it socialism then. I don't care. I'm just saying let's
That's
agree
more
on
socialism, yeah.
terminology. Let's agree on terminology. And so if you're going to tell me communism doesn't work, you're just essentially saying I'm a communist because I say we don't need fucking owners.
Well, under socialism, there are owners. It's just that it's more directly regulated. You know,
Well,
like
whatever. In my opinion, there's not really owners because there's no legacy ownership. Number one, under any real definition of socialism, because society basically owns shit. You basically can run it. You can have control over shit while you're alive, and then your control ends. Legacy is the problem. Legacy breaks the game. There's no game in the world that can be played if you gave people legacy. If you gave the New York Yankees like 100 free runs to use anywhere they wanted to for a season, in any game, they could just all of a sudden throw, no, we'll throw another run on the scoreboard because we won the World Series last year. So we deserve it. We earned it. We earned an advantage. That's just bullshit. It just we wouldn't play any game in the world this way except the most important one. The most important game, we fuck. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah, well, let's not even get into this stupid communism discussion. I mean, communism is just a bad word. It's not a good word. Fuck it.
Okay, wait. Yeah, have you guys ever looked into the idea of like worker-run firms and stuff? There's actually a lot of them popping up lately with all the foreclosures and
Yeah, well,
layoffs and
fuck
stuff.
that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Workers are can be just as irresponsible when you give them power. Then they all say, well, no, let's have 500 vacation days. And, let's have a 3-day work week. Well, let's make it two. Now let's make it one. Let's have a 2-hour work week. I mean, you can't let workers have the power. You have to have a balance between consumers and labor. And consumers are usually always going to be laborers, so they're not innately unsympathetic to being fair. But no, you have to have somebody run the business. All right, he just has to be accountable to the consumers and the producers. So he has to be accountable to the consumers and the workers. Wow, isn't he cool?
Okay, wait. I like to talk about this if that's okay with you.
that was pretty badass.
I'd like to finish what I was saying first, and then you can go ahead and talk about it. I'm just saying the only thing you have to balance is the interest of workers and consumers. Those are the only two people in the economy who matters. There should be no such thing as owners. So the guy running the company is a worker. He's paid a salary. He either does it to the satisfaction of the workers and the consumers, and if he doesn't, then they hire a new guy to do it.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to jump in really quick and say that it's kind of a parallel to one of your recent videos, and I've been thinking about a lot about what you said about this earlier. You said that government is civilization, and you're absolutely right. You're saying, that without government or some type of leadership, then it's just going to be a bunch of fucking tribes like in the fucking Middle East. One person pisses in the other's pond, and then there's a big fucking to do about it, and that's fucking very profound.
Yeah, true, but it's a different subject. But thank you very much. It is true. I am always very profound and brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead, Dusty.
All right, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm kind of devil's advocate here a little bit. I mean, I agree with a lot of things you're saying, but let's just go with this. Um, So yeah, what if I mean like imagine let's say like you had democratically controlled workplaces, so you can elect your CEO and all that, and then I mean let's imagine like maybe if there's a particular company that votes to have a 2-day work week, then I mean obviously they're not going to be able to produce cheaper products, and so they might actually die out, you know. And so the most efficient companies will be the ones that survive, even if they're democratically controlled.
Yeah, but see, competition is not always a good thing. Okay, competition can be very unproductive.